Welcome to Standard Pick 1, a fantasy-style draft for the new standard set, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm Beal,
I'm Danny.
and the way it works is that we each take turns choosing a card from the new set until we each have 10. In between picks, we'll discuss why we picked the card and where we think it'll see play and how it will impact the meta. Danny, can you explain how the point system works for the fantasy draft?
Yeah, after drafting our picks, we'll watch both MTGO challenges and major tournaments such as Standard Showdowns, SGG-Con major events, and Pro Tours. Each instance of a card in the top 8 gives us a point. For example, if a playset of the card was played, we would get 4 points.
We'll keep our hand on the pulse of the format, and we'll track how each of our picks are doing and where they're performing well. At the end of the set, we'll analyze why certain picks succeeded and why others failed. Without further ado, by the way, I did win the last one pretty handily.
By a lot.
By a lot.
Let me pull up the numbers.
Yeah. We'll get a final count. He pulled up Pokemon Showdown. You guys can't see, but he clicked the bookmark for Pokemon Showdown. But we're going to high roll. We have 2 dice here, and we're going to high roll to see who goes first. I love Google Sheets. While you're doing this, I'm going to roll.
Yeah.
I got a 7. Okay, average.
Yeah, that is average. Okay. So I have the sheet pulled up here.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
did you choose?
2.
Did I choose Quantum Riddler?
I don't think either of us did.
No way.
Yeah, neither of us did.
Neither of us chose Quantum Riddler.
Yeah, I have the stats for Edge of Eternities.
That's so embarrassing.
Beal got 558 points. Most of those coming from the 289 annuls. I had a whopping 65. A real banger amount. We missed about 436 points. Big contenders, we missed Tragic Trajectory and Quantum Riddler.
Quantum Riddler is kind of embarrassing to miss.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know how we did that one.
No idea. I really don't know. Because there's no way. I mean, look, this is supposed to hone our card evaluation skills. That's crazy. Umbra Color Zealot got 0?
Yeah, it did not do
For how
well.
much hype that card got, 0 is insane.
My big hitter was Cosmogrand. I got 45 points on that. Unfortunately, it only saw playing Pixie, and that went off the wayside until after Spider-Man came out and Azorius Aggro was a thing. But
Adagia, I was banking on Adagia seeing play in Caretakers, but Caretakers obviously got completely hated out of the meta because Vivi is a problem. Speaking of which,
yes,
we are recording this on the Sunday before the Monday ban announcement. So we will be working on the assumption that Vivi doesn't exist. And I'm hoping Proft also doesn't exist at this point.
Yeah.
What else eats a ban? I think Screaming Nemesis is probably going to eat a ban.
I'm in agreement with that. I think a fact that's not talked about often is that Mono Red has won every major standard event this year.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes, it's predatory on the fact that the Izzet decks just get absolutely mollywopped by it.
Because they have so many good hate cards, and they're getting another one. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about. Also, Kaido needs to probably eat a ban if everything else is eating a ban.
I'm on the Curiosity train instead of Kaido.
No, Kaido's so problematic. You can at least counter. You can't. So Kaido just completely destroys every single counter magic. It's a problem. You can't remove it. You can't respond to it. Like, Shauna's is the only real answer. And because Shieldred's Edict isn't in the format anymore.
I guess.
It's just too much value.
Well, that's what I feel about Curiosity. Curiosity, just like, if you get a Curiosity to stick, you just kind of win the game.
Well, that's
card advantage.
That's true, but so Kaido does the same thing, except Kaido's easier to stick.
I disagree, because there's not really good exile-based removal. You have to kill Curiosity twice.
I mean, it's just considerably slower in my opinion. But
that's right. I mean, I think it could be either card. My personal pick would be Curiosity. I have also played. I mean, I like Curiosity. I play a lot of decks where Curiosity is the win con outside of Dimir. And I would like it to stay, but I do think it should go. And I think there's also an argument for Into the Flood Maw.
Oh yeah, right. Oh my god, yeah. I think Into the Flow should get banned too.
Yeah.
Blue and red have just been too strong for too long, unchecked. I would. This might be crazy. I would be fine with a Hired Claw ban. I think Hired Claw is secretly one of the strongest red cards. It's a problem.
I think it's a very strong card. I don't know if I'm on the ban train for it, but
I just think red is too good even with it existing. If Screaming Nemesis get banned, it's still a problem. Hired Claw is always a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a very powerful one drop. I hope the message Wizards takes from this is that there are 3 decks that have dominated 2025, and everyone is tired of them, and it's Dimir.
It's always red.
Yeah, it's mono red. It's Is It Prowess, and it's Dimir, and I think everyone would be happy. I don't think any of those decks need to disappear from the format, but I think everyone would be much happier if they were not the nutso butso that they currently are.
Like I can't even think about when Gruul aggro was the meta. Like that feels like so long ago. It's just like exhaustion from the I don't know, Cutter into Vivi into it's just been a lot. But anyway, with that, did you roll?
Yeah, I got 2.
What?
Yeah,
I missed it. You
one.
What?
Yeah, no,
you got Snake Eyes and I missed it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll go first. So, pulling from the data last time, the uncommon that was slotted into a lot of decks was a null. So I'm just gonna go with Heartless Act. It just feels like the easiest in. So
yeah, I had that on my list. I'm hesitant about it the more I think about it, but it seems pretty decent removal.
Do I think it's the strongest card in the set? No. Am I metagaming the point system? Absolutely. Because I think it'll just be added onto the suite of removal we already have as like a split between Bitter Triumph, Shoot the Sheriff, and now Heartless Act.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to slot somewhere in there. Depending on the meta, especially if Prophets is gone, I think it becomes a lot better.
It does become a lot better if Prophets is gone, but I've kind of realized there's a lot of just random +1 counters.
There's also a lot of random pirates.
Yes, no, like I'm not saying like Shoot the Sheriff is good. And honestly, I think about the fact that every time I cast Bitter Triumph, it just feels like the worst thing ever.
I disagree with that. I really am I'm a spend my life or discard a card fan, but
yeah, I mean, like I think if you have synergies around it, Cecil, Madness, yada yada, but or not Madness, Mayhem.
Who's using Mayhem right now?
No one, but you know,
Okay.
a Monument. There are synergies, but I personally, it feels really bad playing Bitter Triumph. Like, I'm never happy casting that spell. But it feels like a necessary. It's just like with the maps from Spyglass Siren. I don't even know all the examples.
Spyglass Siren's never getting hit by, like...
No, but like, let's say you play a late Spyglass Siren and you map a more important creature.
Then you just... I mean, yes, obviously it's not going to be unconditional 2-mana removal, almost like Go for the Throat kind of was a lot of the time. But I still think it is comparable to Shoot the Sheriff, if not better in most metas. Well, I mean, we'll see. I think Bitter Triumph feels a lot better or a lot worse to cast once Kaido's out of the format. So
Yeah.
If Kaido eats a ban, then I think that Heartless Act has more of a chance of seeing play.
That too. I mean, I think the counter removal doesn't really kill any planeswalkers that are relevant at the moment.
Yeah.
So I had it on my list. I considered it. I'm hesitant about it.
Fair enough. What are you doing for number one? I'm interested. Really have no idea what you're going for number one here.
I truthfully believe Zhao the Moonslayer is going to be a problem.
I thought that might be what you were choosing. Okay.
I think that card is nuts. I don't. So, I mean, obviously the elephant in the room is the Blood Moon effect. I don't think
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything. I think there's niche cases where, like, maybe in a control deck, like, against a control deck, it might do something. But I think that's a niche case, and I would probably sideboard it out against control or not sideboard it in. I think there's discussion on whether this is a sideboard card or not. But just, it feels so devastating. I'm just imagining the situation. Mono Red's on the play. They, like, turn 1 Hired Claw, turn 2 Zhao. and like all your removal comes in a turn later, it just feels devastating. Like already when you're on the draw against mono red, you're like, man, if I was on the play, this would be different. And then it feels like you're extra on the draw.
So I agree that this could be super oppressive. I don't think it's ever like a sideboard option just because everyone. I mean, you would sideboard it out if you're into mono red, but even it's just like everyone is running non-basics all the time. Yeah. It's not worth shaping your deck around this card and making your deck worse into every other matchup. I still think you're playing it into control. My question is whether it's better than Razorkin Needlehead, because I think it would take that slot. And I think you would just get rid of, and people have already been getting rid of the O'Hare Ashenil package. Like, I think he's very good, and I do think he deserves a high spot on this list. I wonder if it will be enough to, because think about this, like its worst matchup is probably going to be like Dimir, and Dimir already has a lot of basics that they can play anyway. Right now, and they probably will for the next half year. Until we get the new land cycle, hopefully like fast lands again or pain lands again, or I don't know if they can come up with new lands. Yeah. they've run out of
other half space. Of the verges.
The other reverse 10 verges. I don't think they're ever doing that. But I would like it.
Yeah.
But imagine standard with 20 fucking verges, and then I would hate that actually. Don't print them next time you print the verges. Just print the opposite ones, and then it'll be good. But yeah, I mean I think that's a solid pick, and I think it'll at least see a lot of experimentation. Probably successful experimentation. If I had to guess. So, yeah, I like it. Ooh, God. Do I already want to go for fun? Not like for fun, but like there was a card that I really, really, really liked, but I don't know because it fits my. No, not yet. Okay. I'm going to go Badger Mole Cub.
Yeah,
I think Badger Mole Cub is a little overhyped, but it's still very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's a lot worse if Into the Flow mod doesn't get banned. Because then your land you go -1 land because they just bounce it to your hand. Because Earthbend does say if it is exiled or destroyed, I believe. Let's double check.
Yeah.
Oh nope. But anyway, I believe that the lands can still be bounced. Is my point. Because it says destroyed or exiled.
Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste. That is a land. That's still a land.
Yeah.
Put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Does Floodmon not state that it's a non-land?
No. It says either creature or if you kick it, non-land permanent.
Non-land permanent.
If you kick it, but you don't need to kick it.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I see.
Yeah. So unkicked, it will just bounce it because it does say if it dies or is exiled, return it to the battlefield tapped.
Yeah.
But bouncing, obviously, when the best removal spell, arguably the best removal spell in Standard, is a bounce spell, then Earthbend is really bad. So if somehow Into the Floodmaw is still in the format, then I think that this is a bad pick, and I don't think it'll be super viable unless Blue somehow stops seeing play, which I think in the current Standard meta, it would be insane.
Yeah.
Just because Blue is probably the best support color just in all of Standard currently. But yeah, I mean, it enables a lot of things. I mean, 4 mana is a huge power spike in Standard right now. I mean, it's where things have been a little bit too slow or too fast to see consistent 4-drop usage, but I could see it with something like Badger Mole Cub. We finally see some strong 4-drops come into the format.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and also turning your Llanowar War Elf into a 2-mana.
Sure.
Like, I think Badger Mole Cub is great. I don't know if it will make green truly playable, but
yeah, maybe.
I mean,
hey, I've been waiting for that, and Sandman is a great card too. So
Sandman's great.
We'll get around to it eventually. Yeah. One day, mono green beats will be back, and it'll be good. Probably not now, but eventually.
Yeah. For my next pick, I'm gonna go with a sideboard card that we disagree on. I'm gonna go with the Origin of Metal Crafting.
What the fuck is that?
It is the.
Is that the green one?
Yes, it's the hair. Yeah, here it is. So it's a lesson. It's 1 on a green. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, and it gains indestructible till end of turn. I thought about it. I don't think it's a full replacement to Heritage Wreck. When I'm personally brewing anything in green, Heritage Wreck is usually just a 4 in the sideboard, and I think it's a realistic 2-2 split. I truthfully don't. I've never thought about the relevancy fully of Heritage Wreck's graveyard. Yes, it is relevant. I'm not going to argue that, but I still think you need at least 1 or 2 pieces of graveyard hate outside of Heritage Wreck, depending on.
Not if you're running the 4 that you're running. If you're running 4 copies.
Okay, maybe if you're running 4, you don't. But
I mean, yeah, you're probably running it alongside other graveyard hate.
Yeah.
But the graveyard hate, I mean, I love using the graveyard because it cycles itself. It draws you a card too.
Yeah, it cycles itself. I imagine it's really backbreaking if they go for a removal spell and you can just give your creature protection. Especially imagine you have a Surok on board, so you draw a card and protect your thing. That just feels like, yes, that's a Dreamland scenario, but I don't think it's
not really Dreamland.
I was gonna say I don't think it's as Dreamland as I'm thinking. I just think it's a really strong sideboard card.
I agree with you. However, important stipulation is that we don't have learning, right? So we don't have learning, so lessons are not important. And I think because lessons are not important, this is just going to be worse than Heritage Reclamation until Strixhaven comes around. Yeah. And we have to be talking about the current standard meta and not the future standard meta. So while I do think that if Heritage Reclamation didn't exist, it would be a really strong card, and it is a really strong card, I just think that if in a sideboard scenario, I don't value the 2 mana optionality that this gives me versus the optionality which is graveyard hate and enchantment hate and artifact hate. It's like an all-in-one multi-tool that only takes up at max 4 sideboard slots. Yeah. And I value my sideboard slots.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't care about the protection aspect usually. So, I mean, I think it will be a good card in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to discount entirely lessons. I think there's a lot of good lesson support in the set. Now, granted, your deck has to be built around lessons, and I don't know if the green goes in any deck that cares about lessons.
Not that I can think of.
Not that I can think of. Not if you're building them correctly. But it could matter. And again, I mean, I don't know. I think the protection is a very relevant aspect. I think it's more relevant to me and my brain than the graveyard hate. But that's just my opinion.
Yep. I mean, so I think for green to get 2 slots high up on the list is impressive considering how green's been. I think that's probably the last. I think we're talking about green. If I had to guess, I mean, I have 1 or 2 more things.
Yeah.
But let me think, because I have to imagine. I have 1 lesson thing on my entire list, and I've got 25 cards.
Interesting.
Goodness, I need to think. I'll go with one that I think is potentially a lock, depending on how it looks after. Whoops, I don't know why I'm changing that. But Dragonfly Swarm.
Yeah.
I think Dragonfly Swarm is an incredibly powerful card.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot. What's the Pioneer card that is X and it's X4 where X is the number of instant sorceries. Doesn't this count? This count? Oh, I guess I technically have 2 things that care about lessons. But it's non-creature, non-lands, so it's even enchantments and shit. It's it's everything, and I mean,
the ward one is very relevant.
It really is. It's super relevant. I think if there is you might be willing to run 1 so the way the lessons are set up is they're pretty much often just strictly worse versions of other cards, but with the lesson card type tacked onto it. So because if Dragonfly Swarm is really as good as I imagine it will be, if it's as good as I imagine it will be, then you might be willing to, like, instead of running like Phantom Interference, you might run It'll Quencha, just because you might care about drawing a card from Dragonfly Swarm. And I don't think you're going to commit much more than that to the lesson game plan, especially for like the Is It Spellslinger. But I mean, maybe. I think Dragonfly Swarm is just so strong that it'll probably see play.
Yeah.
So whether that's immediately after or we'll see what happens with the bans. I mean, I think it's just too strong of a card to see zero play.
I think people forget about Eddie Merc Crab. That card is nuts.
Are you saying like an Eddie Merc, like, so you have like Talarian Terror, Eddie Merc, and this, and then just a bunch of spells? I mean, maybe. I'll be honest, I haven't cast Eddie Merc Crab since like it's this town and everything is gone. I played like a little bit of the Simic Beans thing with Eddie Merc Crab, and it was good, but
because the decks are mostly commons, I've done a lot on Arena just messing around, and I mean, Eddie Merc Crab just feels really good. You flash it in, tap down their creatures, and then they don't get, you basically fog them for a turn, and then swing in for 5. It feels really good.
What do we have? I mean, so like we had this, right, and then Urnum Jin exists, but you're not playing it in that deck. What was Haughty Jin was the thing that really turned on.
And that's kind of what Dragonfly Swarm reminds me of.
I mean, yeah. I mean, in the sense that it has the X power, but Haughty. This is not Haughty Jin. Haughty Jin was probably better than this is.
I mean, probably.
Haughty Jin. I mean, okay, but at least this has ward. I don't know. It's hard to say. Our protection spells are worse than the Haughty Jin deck was when it was really good. I mean, we don't have like Slip Out the Back, which was an amazing card. But this does count. I mean, non-creature, non-lands, and we do. I mean, we still have like Picklock Prankster. We still have other things to fill our yard. Yeah. So, I mean, I could see it. I really could see. And now we have red. What are Heroes Hangout, which is potentially a card that goes in that deck too. I mean, I love Heroes Hangout. It's just stock up or not stock up. It's sleight of hand. 4 more sleight of hands, which I'm totally happy to have in standard. So, especially for this deck. But anyway, I think Dragonfly Swarm is plenty powerful. So,
yeah. I knew what I was gonna do, and I just forgot. My next pick is gonna go to the GOAT, Momo, and specifically Momo Playful Pet.
Is it the rare one?
I think so.
Discounter?
No, it's the other one.
It's the uncommon.
I don't. Is it an uncommon?
The Pixie one?
Yeah, Momo Playful Pet.
Oh.
I think this card's really good. Like, really good. 1 mana, Flying Vigilance. When it leaves the battlefield, you either create a food token, so City Pigeon, whatever. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's the part I really care about. Scry 2. I just, in my head, I envision the line... Turn 1 Momo, turn 2 Nurturing Pixie, bounce Momo, put a +1 counter on Pixie, put another +1 counter on Pixie. You have a 3/3 flyer on turn 2, and then you replay down Momo.
Yeah, I mean, you can swing for 1. I mean,
you can swing for 1. I just think that's a really powerful line. The food is not 100% irrelevant, and neither is the scry. I think it's a really good bounce target. We have bouncers, like theoretically an airbend target, although you're not really airbending, that feels not great. But I just think having I don't think that line's unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic, and I do like Momo. I think the problem with the Pixie deck is that we're not really struggling for 1-drops in Pixie. I think there's a lot of plays that I'd rather make instead of Momo turn 1. I mean, sure. I do think that Momo is pretty powerful. And I think Pixie will have a pretty good hold after bans. I think it's going to be a strong deck for sure. Yeah. I mean, I could see you pick. I could see it being on the list. I'm surprised it's this high, but I mean, I do think Momo Playful Pet is an interesting pick for sure.
Momo? Who doesn't love Momo?
Look, I love Momo, but oh man, it's not on my list, but I'm interested to see if you pick something. Yeah, fuck it. I think Airbender Ascension is really good. I think Airbender Ascension is actually surprisingly really good. So it's a huge blink payoff that's really easy to turn on. You are probably not airbending your own thing. So it's like semi-removal for your opponent's cards, and it just becomes a random value engine later on in the game. There was a deck I used to love playing. It wasn't that good, but it was from Forgotten Realms. There was a 4-mana enchantment that would just blink your thing at the end of turn and bring it back. Yeah. And I think this plus the warp strategies in like Azorius tempo blink or something could be really, really good. I mean, you obviously you're wanting to play Quantum Riddler in those decks anyway, and this is really what you need. It's an enabler and a removal spell, and you really don't need to commit much to it at all. So let's say you're playing like this, and then you're playing like Voice of Victory. You play this, swing with Voice of Victory, boom, 2 quest counters already. Then you swing again. It's already online, and you're already starting to blink all your shit for free. You play like a Sanguine Evangelist, and then one other thing, and then your next turn is or 2 other things. But the next turn you play one thing, and then blink in Quantum Riddler, and then you end step this solved or whatever, and then you blink the Quantum Riddler again, or you blink if Quantum doesn't get removed. But it plays so well with the Quantum Riddler Azorius aggro strategy, and it's built-in remove. I really like airbending things, and also I think it's potentially really funny with what's the bird, the one white bird that flashes in and exiles something from the stack. What's it called?
Oh, Aven Interrupter.
Aven Interrupter, because then 1, you can stall their stuff out. 2, it makes the things that you've airbended cost more, so that's kind of funny. I think that might belong in that deck anyway. I just think Airbender's Ascension just turns on way faster than you'd expect it to. Yeah. And it's a removal spell that gives you a billion value forever, essentially, once you've turned it on, and that's not hard. It essentially is a draw engine plus a removal spell, is what I like to think about it.
Yeah.
So historically, that's been very, very good. I mean, think about Caretaker's Talent. When that first came out, it was win condition, and it was draw spell. And that's kind of what this is for 2 mana, except it's removal spell plus draw engine / win con. And I think it could be very, very, very strong. One of the cards I'm most excited by, but kind of unsure about, is Airbender's Ascension. So
I think you've sold me on it. I really like it. I like blink strategies a lot.
Obviously, Azorius mana is really bad right now, so that's the reason I'm not higher on it.
I think it's not as bad as we sell it out to be. I think Starting Town and Multiversal Passage go a long way.
It's just painful.
I mean, it is painful. I wish it was better. I long for the days where we could have Painlands.
I long for Merfolk strategies to be playable again, but I just only have to wait 3 months or whatever. 2 months? 3 months?
Yeah, 2 months, yeah. No, I think it's very powerful. I think there's a lot of good blink targets.
All the warp stuff is broken.
All the warp stuff's great.
Halia is also pretty good.
Halia is really good. You've sold me on it. It's removal. I think the most important thing I've learned as I've gotten better at deck building is you want cards to do something when they enter and multiple things, and that checks all the boxes.
Yep. And I think I might like this a little bit more than I like Cage in the Azorius aggro deck. I think this might just replace Cage.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cage is strong, but its biggest liability is the fact that it doesn't do something immediately most of the time.
Yeah.
And you can't play it on turn 2. You can play this on turn 2, and you can do so happily most of the time.
Yeah.
You actually want to play it on turn 2. But sometimes you'll play Voice of Victory instead of this. But,
Yeah.
Anyway.
My next pick, I'll just go with the Ascension I like.
Oh, okay.
I love Firebender's Ascension.
Yeah.
I think that card is great. It is super easy to turn on.
I love the quest counter stuff, by the way.
Yeah, the quest counter stuff's really good. I mean, I honestly think all the Ascensions are decent.
I wouldn't say that
I don't. Okay, correction. I don't know what the earthbending one does off the top of my head. I think the waterbending one's okay.
What the hell is the waterbending you wouldn't even do again?
It's the enduring curiosity effect.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Firebender's Ascension enters, creates a 2/2 red soldier with Firebending 1. And then when an attack trigger happens, you put a quest counter on it, and if there are 4 or more, you may copy it and choose new targets. It, like I discussed earlier, it does a thing. It's 2 mana, gets you a grizzly bear, basically. Which isn't great, but it's still something. It's still a body. You're still impacting the board the turn it comes down. Then immediately next turn, you can attack with that, start getting counters on this. I think no matter the color pair, there are so many synergies with this card. Even just in red. I mean, obviously Firebending, which I think there's a lot of question as to what Firebending stuff will be good, if any of it's good. But I think there's Hired Claw, as we mentioned, Stadium Headliner, any mobilized thing, like Voice of Victory. Like, once you turn this on, Voice of Victory making 4 tokens. I mean, Voice of Victory with Elspeth is already a back-breaking combination, and that's basically that, with a harder-to-remove Elspeth. There's... I mean, again,
I like the Rakdos shell with this.
The
Rakdos mana sucks complete ass right now.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of good attack triggers in black, right? You've got Preacher of the Schism. You've got one of my favorite things to do with this is like Caustic Bronco. And then Alicia's just waiting to see play. Alicia's been waiting to see play forever. Yeah. I mean, and that obviously you're incentivized to attack with the firebending stuff. Anyway, with Alicia. I think the firebending is almost irrelevant. If you're in Boros, I think it's fully irrelevant.
Yes.
I think in Rakdos, at least, you can attack, play like a 2-mana removal spell, and then play a 2-drop, which is how I imagine seeing the firebending utilized most of the time. Just because, I mean, these aggro decks, you're not really doing much with that instant speed these days. I mean, Monster Rage is out of the format. Pump spells have kind of gone to the wayside for burn spells, just because Monster Rage was the only reason Monster Rage was even seen play is because it was absurdly broken. Obviously, there was that Leyline deck that was pretty good recently. That one, whatever that RC was.
Yeah, Baltimore
RC. So, I do like Firebender's Ascension, and I think it's fun. Yeah. And I hope that it's good. I think I think Standard would be in a great spot if Firebender's Ascension is good.
Yes, I'm in agreement, and I think the most prominent line I see is just Hired Claw on 1, Firebender's Ascension on 2, and then attack on turn 3, play another 2-drop, and you have the mana to pump Hired Claw in combat.
Yeah, I'm just, I guess, okay. I mean, I do like the pumping Fire Claw thing. My biggest worry is that this just becomes a Hopeful Vigil, which is a 2-mana enchantment common from Wilds of Eldraine that nobody would fault you for not knowing because it's never seen play. It's just a 2-mana enchantment that comes in and makes a 2/2 Vigilance. And I am afraid that that's what this kind of is.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. But there's so much potential for it to be more that, I mean, I again, super fun to brew around. I hope it's fun. I hope it's good. At least tier 2. I would be happy. I would be more than happy if I could play this at a tier 2 level. So, yeah, I mean, good enough. Oh, God. Well, now I'm really in the... man. Do I go with the one I like, or do I go with the one I think will be better? I'll go with the one I think will be better, which is my Scornful Striker.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord, I keep clicking.
That is a very good card.
I don't know whether, I mean, obviously in a lot of metas, this is main boardable. In the current meta, it would certainly be main boardable.
Yeah.
My Scornful Striker is a 1 and a black 2/2 first strike, and the biggest part is that whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. So, like, there's also a weird card that's kind of like a Blightning in this set, which is it like deals 2. Here it is. It's Ozai's Cruelty. It deals 2 damage to a target player, and then they discard 2 cards. So, like, I could envision like a Rakdos. I mean, I just love Rakdos. Apparently, this set. Like a Rakdos burn type of thing, where in my head, my feels very much like a better maybe Needlehead.
Yeah.
Like easier to cast Needlehead for sure. Although it is legendary, so in that way it's worse. But I mean, I think it's incredibly strong. And I think whether it's sideboard or mainboard, I think there's going to be a lot of metas where this sees play, and we're currently in a very heavy non-creature spell meta.
Yeah.
And if it stays that way, which who knows, right? Obviously, impossible to see the future, especially when new set plus bans. Hopefully, a lot of bans. Who knows? But I think Mai just has so much potential that I think it would be a crime not to put it pretty high on the list. So, at least in the top 10.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a very good card. I mean, what is it? Magebane Lizard already sees mainboard play, and I think Mai's a better Magebane Lizard.
I wouldn't say better. Magebane Lizard is really hard to deal with because it doesn't die Lightning Strike. By the way, we can't pick Lightning Strike. If you were thinking about picking Lightning Strike,
does Lightning Strike even see play in Mono Red?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. But anyway, it's because it's a reprint. That's already in the format.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a stipulation I forgot to make at the start of this. But I think because one, it's an outlaw, and two, it's a 1/4. So it dies to very, very, very little. I think this is worse than Magebane Lizard in the current meta.
Fair.
But I think for main board purposes, Mai is better, just because it swings easier and it punches in harder. So,
That's fair. I'm going to go for a pick for my current deck. Because I think that my current deck will be a lot better after bans.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Grand.
I knew this is where this is going. Oh, my goodness.
I think Grand's a very good card. Very good old lady.
I have her on my list.
Yeah. 1 mana. When she becomes tapped, draw a card, discard a card. The next line of text is irrelevant. Non-creature spells you cost 1 less as long as there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. 1/2. You can build around it, and I think if you do build around it, it's a very potent card.
Are you talking about the second part?
Yeah.
I mean, the lessons just aren't good enough right now to justify having.
The
Dragonfly was good because you only needed 1.
Yes.
Needing 3 is astronomically difficult when the cards are kind of bad.
I don't know if I fully agree with that.
Okay.
But if we get to the elephant in the room, we get to the elephant in the room.
Oh God, I don't even know what the elephant is. But I guess we'll figure it out.
Oh, no, I think Grand's very good. There's a lot of talk. I did the math, at least with my list of Oculus. I mean, this is an Oculus card. I mean, it's more than an Oculus card. There's a lot of decks that could play it, but it's mainly an Oculus card. Very good for that. Deck's very good.
It's a mayhem card.
True. Truth nuke.
Truth nuke.
No, I mean, Oculus does get a lot worse if Profs gets banned, but I won a match the other day without even seeing Profs. Oculus by itself is just a nutso-butso card, and this increases the rate to turn 2 Oculus by a lot, from 0.01% to not 0.01%. And like at worst, it's looting, which is great. I don't think more really needs to be said. I think it's just a really good 1-drop that does a lot more for decks than First Seen.
I agree. I mean, look, in a way, Standard is missing good 1-drops. At least sometimes. I mean, Blue has 1 good 1-drop, which is Spyglass Siren.
Yeah. Well, it has Storm Chasers, but
okay, yeah, you're right. But you aren't really putting those in creature-based synergy strategies, and you are I mean, I still like Spyglass Siren more than this, and you're usually pairing Blue with something else.
Yeah.
That would have better, better 1-drops. But I like Grand. I like the potential. I really love discard strategies. So I can't hate on Grand. That would be me. Yeah. I can't hate on her. I'm gonna pick a card that I think we probably should have picked a long time ago. I literally forgot. but Suki, Courageous Rescuer,
Yeah.
seems extremely broken. Not like broken, but really, really, really good. 2/4 that just anthems your entire board. I mean, just any 1-drop and 2-drop, but especially something Voice of Victory, and then her, obviously. Because it doesn't even say non-token. I mean, this card's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I seriously think this card might be really, really good. Might be the best card from the set, unironically.
Yeah.
At least immediately after. Like, it is ridiculous. I mean, I don't think that, I mean, just paying attention. I for some reason, okay, in our Edge of Eternity's predictions, we predicted that Orzhov Sacrifice would be a good deck. One of the best decks. It wasn't. We saw that because Umbral Color Zealot literally had no play.
Yeah.
Apparently 0 points, which shocked me extremely hard because it's just a good card. But so the sacrifice strategy is obviously bad. So let's throw that out the window. I think it's designed to be good with the sacrifice synergy in the limited set. But I think things are just going to incidentally leave the battlefield, like the warrior tokens, like anything. I mean, you swing in and something dies, something trades. That's a free 1/1. So imagine it's like an Anthem 2/4 that makes a 1/1. So it's got like the stat line of the extremely annoying Preacher, and it immediately makes the 1/1 where a Preacher has to attack, and it immediately affects the board as where Preacher has to like attack or whatever. It's just like it's immediately swinging 2 damage, probably, at least. You're probably playing a 1-drop, 2-drop this. And then it has to be removed, and it usually is making... I mean, you could even design your deck around it. I mean, if you really wanted to go whatever the Luchador 1/1 Goblin guy who...
Stadium.
Yes. So... You could build around this more, but I don't even think you need to.
Yeah, I don't think you need to either.
I think it's just really good.
I mean,
this card's just ridiculously good. It's
Azor-
just because Adeline. It feels like Adeline.
Yeah, it feels like Adeline. Azorius aggro, like a week ago, won the challenge.
Is this better, Adeline? Is this Adeline the better? Because Adeline, all of her power was centered in herself. Obviously, she immediately made the 1/1 that was attacking. But I feel like buffing your entire board is probably more important than maybe more important than making the 1/1. Maybe. Yeah. But
I think it just depends. I think without Mobilize, there's a bigger conversation. But with Mobilize, Suki as the flavor win is just badass.
I don't know. I think the card is analogous to Adeline.
Yeah. I think it's a very strong card.
So, yeah, I think it's extremely... It might... Probably stronger than 90% of the cards we mentioned so far.
Probably.
Yeah, good Lord.
And to go with that strategy, do I want to say that this early? Sure. I do believe in this card. There is a land cycle in this set that enters untapped.
I thought you were talking about the land cyclers. I was like,
No.
do not mention the 3/5 land cycler, please.
No. There is a land cycle.
It's this one, right?
Yes. There is a land cycle, enters tapped unless you control a basic land. And there are certain colors, at least till Lorwyn, that do be playing basics. One of those is Azorius. And I think Abandoned Air Temple is a pretty good card. It's very similar to that one Innistrad card from the Magic Boomer days.
Gavany Township or something.
Yeah, Gavany Township.
I can't... Did I actually know that? Is it actually...
Yeah,
okay, hold on. Let me look it up.
Mr. Magic Boomer.
Oh my god. I have never even played this. I don't know how I knew that.
Yeah, I mean... I think it's a very low cost. I think it's not unrealistic to have basics, especially in like mono white, obviously, or like an Azorius list. And so I think it's entering untapped most of the time. And honestly, if it enters untapped and just does white, that's fine. And if you pump for lethal, I don't think that's an unrealistic scenario.
I think I was watching old Pro Tour footage, and that's how I know what Gavany Township is.
Yeah.
But no, I think Abandoned Air Temple is very potent, very strong. Something I would think about is whether this is worth running over the white one from Tarkir.
Encampment.
Yes, Dalkovan Encampment. I think that card's probably a little bit better than this.
Yeah.
But I do think, putting the counters on all your creatures is very, very, very strong. And the fact that it doesn't say as a sorcery is impressive to me because they normally say that. They have said that every single time for the last many land cycles I feel like we've had that are like pretty mediocre to bad. This is obviously the best of the lands, in my opinion. The blue one's like fine. Yeah. But I do think that this one is actually good. And could see play as a 1 or 2 of. Yeah. You're obviously not running.
No, you're not running 4, but I would probably run 2 on a lot of white strategies. I think even in Oculus, I'm considering running 2 because just pumping, you just get a lot of those stupid manifest tokens that like 9 times out of, or not tokens, but manifest cards that like 9 times out of 10 are just sitting there. Pumping them up incidentally is not irrelevant.
I think once you have once they're on the board, you've already done the thing, and you don't need to.
I mean, yes, you've already done the thing 99% of the time, but I think the opportunity cost of playing this card is very low.
I mean, we'll see. I'm interested to see how it plays out, truly. I mean, obviously, this can kind of only see play in the Azorius thing because Boros' mana is way too good. Orzhov's mana is way too good, and nobody's playing Selesnya. I think it's good. I think it's potentially good. I could see. I think I'm probably running 1, but you could easily run 2, and I wouldn't really blame you. Okay, let me think for a second. I should have probably thought a little bit ahead, but let me look up something because there's some cards here that I've like forgotten exactly what they do. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll pick a green card. Shared Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's rampant growth. What do you want? Like, it's rampant growth. It's good. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of strategies that could benefit from it.
Yeah. I'm excited to use it in green control shells because I mean, well, that's what you're kind of. I mean, you're not really like rampant. If you like, you'd rather play Badger Mole Cub than this if you're not in like a controlling shell, in my opinion, at least. Like, you know, I'm in love with that Jeskai green deck that I have been playing. And it's super fun. And I think that, like, ramping out that mana just a little bit faster is useful. And I think it will hopefully enable some new things, you know?
Yeah.
Again, this is the set of the 4-drop or something. Like, they really want you to have good 2-mana ramp to your 4-drops. So
yeah. Now, it's not a 4-drop. I think it's a 5-drop off the top of my head. I've always thought that Dragonback Assault is a really good card.
It's 6 mana.
6 mana?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a little much. But maybe this is a piece to help Dragonback Assault.
Look, I agree. And actually, I mean, it's funny. That was one of the things I was thinking of putting. I want like 2 of those in the Jeskai green deck. It's just good. I mean, look, I do like Dragonback Assault. It's like a win con.
And I mean, removal, and if you're doing Dragonback Assault, Shared Roots is good no matter what stage you're playing the game.
That's true.
No, I think it's a very good card. I mean, it's proven to be good. Rampant growth, explores better.
We live in such a different time from when the last time. When did we last? Let me look up rampant growth and just see when it was last printed. But it's been a long time. I think there's a good chance it's no longer good enough. To be honest with you. It's possible.
I mean, I think the just overall problem is that green is, in my opinion, with the exception of one card I can think of, a fairly fair color
in an unfair format.
I mean, I talk a lot at the store, and I talk to the players a lot, and everyone's kind of agreeing. The problem with Standard right now, and again, hopefully bans fix this, but it really feels like who gets to do their turn 4 broken thing first.
Is this really Mirrodin?
And
oh my god, no, sorry, keep going.
And green just doesn't really, I mean, yeah, you have Kona, but you're not using Kona for anything in green. You're pairing it with something else. And even then, the Kona strategy, I've had people who play Kona and be like, it's not that good. The best thing in green right now is Ouroboros.
Kona is bad.
Okay.
There's been like win rate. Chris was talking to me. There's been win rate matrices out there where like every single one is red. Every single matchup is red. It's like 40% win rate aggregate. It's just bad. I mean, when it does the thing, it's frustrating because it's almost uninteractable when it does the thing.
Yeah.
But it's bad.
And, I mean, yes, Ouroborid is a disgusting card.
You're not playing Rampant Growth in creature-based strategies. I don't think so.
I don't think you are either. I think it's just on the grander topic of green is in just such a dire spot right now.
I agree. Everywhere, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I mean, I've wanted to go back to Golgari mid-range for a bit, and honestly, the best part of that deck, in my personal opinion, outside of Ouroborid, isn't even the main deck. It's the sideboard because you can play Torpor Orb, and I think that card is very powerful into the meta, but no deck can afford to play it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so powerful.
By the way, the last time Rampant Growth was printed in the standard, I'm pretty sure it was Magic 12.
Awesome.
So, okay, maybe my pick was kind of bad. I feel like Rampant Growth might just not be good enough anymore.
I don't know if I agree.
Smuggler's Surprise is obviously a reason that this could see play, because Smuggler's Surprise is just one of those combo decks, but like it's easy to assemble the combo because it's kind of just 1 or 2 cards.
Yeah. I mean, I think if we ever get to a point where big mana is viable, we have a lot of really good big mana spells. I just got done with a Final Fantasy draft where I had to play against a ramp deck that went into Summon Bahamut.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
That's pretty oppressive. Of course, Summon Bahamut.
I mean, you're probably playing like a Tyrant or whatever. Like the
Vaultborn Tyrant is an
Tyrant.
Incredible card.
Yeah.
That, again, just doesn't see play because green sucks.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on Shared Roots.
I think I'm lower than it's been a decade and a half since Rampant Growth was legal.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a decade. But, like, I think Rampant Growth might just have been power creeped out of the zeitgeist. I don't know.
We will have to see. So
We'll
I'm
see.
on pick 7.
Yep.
Got 3 left. There's so many cards I want to talk about. I love this set so much.
I like it more than I thought. Why? It's voice typing. I don't know what happened. I don't really know how that happened.
I love. Let's talk about a card I don't love because I don't know how to evaluate it. I truly don't. I'm gonna say Firebender's a firebending student.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you and I diverge here.
We diverge. I go back and forth on this card pretty much every day. I first saw it. So it's 1 in a red, prowess, human monk, firebending X, where X is its power, and it's a 1/2. Of course, this was first spoiled, and someone posted that there's a turn 3.
Yeah, of course. There's.
Turn 3,
there's.
turn
Yeah,
4.
wow.
Yeah, turn 3,
whatever.
turn 4 kill, which it's mono red. It has a turn 3, turn 4 kill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the defense of that, I think it was you that brought up, no, it was someone else brought up, well, Tifa has a turn 3. Tifa has to go through so many hoops and play so many not as good cards to get that turn 3, turn 4 kill.
That is true.
I think this card, if you're running the Leyline package, which did just win Baltimore, I think this card slots in fine. I don't think it's a bad card in that deck, and I think you don't really have to play many bad cards for that deck to have the turn 3, turn 4 kill.
You do, because you have to play this, which is bad card. It's just worse than like every other 2-drop. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Is this better than Manifold, or it's not Manifold? Emberheart Challenger? No way. There's no way this is better than Emberheart Challenger. There's no way this probably isn't even better than the 2/1 Fugitive Codebreaker. Like, I just don't like this card.
Yeah.
It's a 2-mana Monastery Swift Spear that doesn't have haste. This card is not good. I swear it's not. Like, okay, I've caught myself on my ass multiple times. I did not believe Vivi would be oppressive. I thought it'd be decent. Like there are obviously big cards that I've missed on. Quantum Riddler we both missed on. So there are cards that I've missed on. I swear it's mostly because I haven't paid attention. I've paid attention. I swear this card's bad. I don't know.
I'm in agreement.
Are you?
To a point. Okay. I think the card doesn't read. I think people are hope coring this card a lot. I've heard rumblings of the second coming of Vivi. It's not that. I've also stood, I think earthbending is a very strong mechanic. Airbending is a very strong mechanic. Waterbending, we haven't mentioned anything. I think waterbending is a very strong mechanic. At the current moment, I don't think firebending does much. There's just not good mana sinks. There just really aren't good mana sinks. And there's not a lot you're doing at instant speed. The problem is this card feels like a floodgate to me. I can't explain why. It just feels like there are a lot of really good Magic players talking this card up. And at the end of the day, I think he's playing Leyline. I still stay by that. If you're playing Leyline, like, I don't think this is a horrible card for Leyline because you're playing a lot of pump spells. The firebending lets you play the pump spells.
I want to say something because I will admit that there are there's like a three card combo with this to deal 20 damage, okay? Yes. It's this plus I think there's two things that give +3/+0. There's turn inside out, and then wild ride. Obviously, when you do that and then you swing and then you can bulk up and then flashback bulk up again, and that's 20. It's like 22 or something. I don't know. I don't want to do the math right now because I just did it in my head and I forgot the number. But that's strong. However, we don't live in Monstrous Rage days anymore. Yeah. That only kills one. You have to do it pre. No, you don't, because you do. You at least have to, before you swing, you at least have to pump it up once, which is already asking something, right? You're using your combat trick pre-combat, pre-swing at least, to get the firebending mana to do the bulk up stuff. Because you need to use the 1 mana spell to give it +3/+0, and then bulk up, and then have the 10 mana up or whatever. And you're not really you're playing fair Magic in a way because it's not Monstrous Rage. So if they have any blocker, you could do the thing that gives it trample. So there is that one buff spell that gives trample, attacking creature trample. But also again, it's like kind of awkward. They have no blocker or no removal. But like if you do have the trample thing, whatever the +2/+2 attacking creature gets +2/+2 and trample, that is a good card. And I think this makes that C play if this is a good card. And I can see it being really strong with this and bulk up. It's just too predictable in my head. You just know what's coming.
Yeah. I see that. I mean, I think this is either gonna do everything or nothing. I don't think there's a middle for this card.
I agree with that.
And again, I still I think another semi-relevant factor is, let's say you have Leyline and you turn inside out this, and then it dies and you manifest twice. If I am in my head correct, you still, before combat ends, potentially could flip over a creature or two from the manifest.
I mean, you could.
And I don't think that's entirely irrelevant. I don't think it's a major factor. I think this card, I think at the end of the day, I think this card deserves to be on the list. I just think it deserved to be on the list a little lower.
I mean, this probably makes it in. Like, okay, I think it deserves to be on the list just because the potential is there that this is one of those cards that I get caught on my ass on, and it's actually really, really good, and I'm just a hater. But I mean, I think it belongs on the list. I think it probably belongs where it is, to be honest. Yeah. It's fine. It's like 14th pick. That's fine. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not a fan, but I can respect why some people are, at least. Okay. Let me look. God, some of the cards I think have the coolest design or the highest upside are just bad with the current mana base. Fuck it. I'll do Tiger Seal. I like Tiger Seal. Ooh. You don't like Tiger Seal?
I do not like Tiger Seal.
This is kind of just banking on the fact that if Prof doesn't get...
Because it's
blue. Oh, you're right. I don't even know why I went that way. This is kind of me just banking on the fact that Prof doesn't get banned. But Tiger Seal is potentially very strong. I mean, 1 mana, 3/3 vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, you tap it, but whenever you draw your second card each turn, you untap it. So it's not really too much to ask to draw your second card. Obviously, if Proft is in the format still, then this is extremely good. Just as because you don't have many good 1-drops in that, right? You have, you have the 1 mana guy with cycling 2. Why can't I think of his name? Marauding Mako. I literally can never remember his name. Marauding Mako's good. He's a good 1-drop. There's not. I mean, is there another good 1-drop? I'm trying to think. I don't think so. But Tiger Seal is you really, really, really do want 8 copies of that 1-drop for those decks. I feel like, especially with the Proft entering and then doing the thing immediately. I think Tiger Seal is potentially very, very good for that. You don't need to swing with this necessarily every turn for it to be good. 1 mana, think of it as do some burn math with it, right? 1 mana deals 6 damage. It's probably good. You swing with this twice, it's really hard to block. Even if they trade with it, okay, you spent 1 mana to trade with their thing, you lightning bolted one of their creatures. I think in decks that are kind of playing solitaire, Tiger Seal is great. And I feel like a lot of the blue aggro decks are kind of playing solitaire right now. So, I don't know. I think especially, this is kind of just me hedging the bet that Prof doesn't eat the ban because I don't think Wizards is on top of the game recently. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong and Tiger Seal is bad because Prof is gone.
I think even with...
Really? You think turn 1 this and turn 2 Proft and then swing and then
I think that line's very good.
That's very good. Even if you're doing opt plus something else or whatever, I feel like it's still pretty decent.
I think
Storm Chaser's Talent's the other 1-drop.
I'm conflicted. I mean, yeah, op's fine. I think this card just feels abysmally bad if you do not draw that second card.
You're going to. Your deck is built around doing it at least twice.
Well, besides opt, what else are,
Any of the creatures that draw 2 discard 2?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. And that...
A FOMO or, literally any, there's a lot of 2-drops that do it. There's a lot of, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I think in that case, it's a very...
What? Grand.
I mean, yeah, grand.
Not actually.
I am just really skeptical because if something goes wrong, this card is the worst feeling card in the world.
Yeah.
And I am on the boat that I like my cards to do something always. And if you brick with this card, it just... I mean, I think an important application is you brick... Well, I guess there's not really any one-drop haste.
There might be a way, there might be a way to utilize this past that. If you can take advantage of, tapping it in your upkeep or something. I don't know.
True, yeah.
For vehicle crewing or something.
Yeah, vehicle crew.
There's other applications that I haven't realized yet. Harmonizes sorcery speed. But I mean, look, I think that there's potential. Are there ways to untap things? Not really. Not really.
Not really.
I think it's good. I think it's okay. Sorry, I shouldn't say it's good. I think it's okay, and I think it has high potential if Proft is not banned.
8th pick. What are we doing here? I'm gonna go with an Earthbending card because.
Oh, I know. Is this the king?
No.
No. What is this?
Beifong Bounty Hunters.
What the fuck is that? What is that the black green thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a good card.
Yeah.
I could see some sacrifice decks going to Abzan for this card. Especially once we get better mana. But even before then, I mean, I think if this is your only green card, Starting Town exists, and Starting Town makes splashing a lot easier. Hush Hushwood Verge. Is that white or green first?
Hushword is white.
White. So you could play Hushwood. That wouldn't be unrealistic.
Because half of them are backwards. Half of them have the reverse names. Like River Pyre has fire first, red first.
Done by color. That's why I can't find it.
No, I think
There
it might
okay.
be green. Let me double check. I think it is green first, actually.
If it's green first, then that's a lot worse. If it's white first, then I think
it's green first, yeah.
That's green first. Okay, that really sucks.
The names are backwards because Hush is white and then Wood is green, but then green is added first. I don't know. It's like backwards. Anyway. You can
Yeah. So, I think the mana base gets a little tricky there. I don't think it's entirely unrealistic, though. Beifong, it's a 4-drop, 4/4 human mercenary. When an on-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. That's just good value. There's obviously the Infinite that I don't think is horribly unrealistic because it requires that and good cards.
What is the Infinite?
Bloodghast. And a sack outlet. So you get Umbral Caller, Bloodghast, sacrifice Bloodghast, Earthbend. Sacrifice the land, it comes back, get Bloodghast. Sacrifice Bloodghast, get the land.
Well, so what does that do for you? You just need something that has like
if you have like a Sephiroth
Blood Witch or something,
or a Blood Witch, that just wins you the game.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's other applications of that I'm not thinking of. But that's the main thing, and I don't think that's yes, it's like a 4-card combo, but it's playing all good cards.
Bloodghast, I feel like, is kind of bad, unfortunately.
In a sacrifice deck, I don't think so.
I was a believer, but I don't know. Continue.
I don't think Bloodghast is great, but in a sacrifice deck, I think Bloodghast, it could be good. And again, I just don't think you're playing many bad cards to achieve that. And I think even outside of that, I just think this card's strong. Your thing dies and you effectively get it back a lot of the times. I just think that's a very powerful effect. I believe it triggers for itself. Because it's whenever.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so even worst case scenario, it's a 4-mana 4/4, which current day Magic, not always great. But that's if your worst case scenario is a 4-mana 4/4 that they used a removal spell on, I'm not complaining too bad. Helps with a Wrath. I think it's just a solid card.
I won't disagree.
I think it could see play. I could see it not seeing play, but I just think it's good.
I agree. It is good. I'll say it's good, and it does have potential. I kind of don't give it enough credence, I think, but I think it is good. I think it has the potential. Especially if we're talking about how it's the year of it's a set of 4-mana creatures. You could get this out on 4 with Badger Mole pretty easily, or on turn 3 with Badger Mole pretty easily, and I'm reasonably happy with that. So, yeah. I think the Infinite combo is probably not worth building around, but something else that's interesting though is if you do have the sack outlet, you can just sack all your shit if a land creature goes unblocked, and then just make it huge as fuck and then kill them. Which is, it's a lot like, is it Arcbound Ravager or whatever, that old?
Yeah.
It feels a lot like that affinity type of thing where you have to respect the land creature that's swinging in or else you die. So, I could see that being a thing for sure. I like it. I do like it. And I think it's good.
I think it's also important to mention, because you would be earthbending. The Restless Lands get a lot better with earthbending.
I still don't want to play them very much. Okay. Restless Cottage is still good as a glove.
So I think you have to look at the good Restless Lands, and I think Restless Cottage is one of the good Restless Lands.
I agree, but you're still not running 4.
No, you're not running 4.
But you were running 2 anyway, which is why I'm I don't think that this is in consideration. Yeah. I still am only wanting to run 2 Restless Cottages, even if I have some Earthbend stuff.
That's fair.
Because exiling. It's okay, but the tap land stuff is just so, especially in a mid-range deck, I'm eh. Yeah. I'm eh. But yeah, I guess it is worth noting that it is going to do the things even if you didn't pay the activation cost. As long as it's a creature, it's going to exile and make a food, and even if you didn't pay the whatever the activation cost of the land. There's a few things I could pay credence to here. There's like, are these my last two picks? I probably know my
Yes.
last two picks then. Which ones do I want? I'll say that Sandbender Scavengers is good in the sacrifice deck, which I don't think will be good, but I do think the Scavengers is okay. Sandbender Scavengers. Let me just write it down. Okay, Sandbender Scavengers is potentially really, really good if you are in like that Mardu or Orzhov sacrifice mobilized plan. Like this comes down and immediately becomes a 2/2 that returns and brings something back, right? Like let's say you're doing this with the Stadium 1-mana Goblin guy, and you sacrifice him or whatever, and the mobilized token dies every turn, and you build it up, and you have Voice of Victory, which obviously Voice of Victory is just a broken card that you want to be playing in those decks. You want to be playing in a lot of white-based creature decks, almost all of them maybe. It's just, I mean, it's really, really, really good. It just becomes obnoxiously large and 2-for-1s them if you're at the point where you have things in your graveyard, which you probably will be in the sacrifice package. I mean, you might be playing this on turn 3 or something a lot of the time. I feel like you would be playing this on turn 3 or something, like 3-drop plus 1-drop. 2-drop plus 1-drop, I mean. I think it's really, really, really good in those decks, but I don't think those decks are going to be good, so I'm not super passionate about it, unfortunately.
That's fair. I mean, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's just a good card.
I agree.
There's a lot of good cards in this set. Okay. So I'm down to my last two picks. I think I know what my last pick's going to be.
Okay. Do you know what your second to last pick is going to be?
No, there's so many cards I want to talk about. There's like a pet card and a Mr. Potential card. And I don't know which one
I'm not picking my pet cards, unfortunately. Except for Airmaster's Attention, but I don't even think that's a pet card.
Then I'll be the hero this world needs.
God. Shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything.
I don't know. It won't see on the point system. I'll talk about Mr. Potential. I will mention this in the honorable mentions though.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Rise of Sozin.
What is that?
It's the Saga.
Oh.
6 mana, destroy all creatures. Surgical extract onto.
It's not even surgical extract, by the way. You could just say anything. It doesn't need to be in their graveyard.
Oh, then it's better than surgical extract.
Yeah,
especially in an open deck list tournament.
Yes, but you also it's
which Moto is basically an open deck list because there's no creativity.
Yes, right.
And then it flips into a very strong creature. Like, I don't even know. I'm, like, trying to read the second line of text. Combat damage, pay X. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with mana value X. Like, that, I mean, yeah, you get to Firebend for that. So, like, maybe you get something. I don't even think that matters. Just a 5/5 menace. Like, after a board wipe. Like, yes, it's 2 turns after a board wipe. But still, a lot of times when you're board wiping, everyone's down to low cards. Unless you're against a control deck, which you're probably citing this out against a control deck. Maybe. Well, I guess not current control decks. But, like, you're down to low cards, so having just a 5/5 menace is just really good, in my opinion.
So I did consider this card. However, I just value the 5 mana and immediate search from Deadly Cover-Up.
Sure.
I obviously the 5/5 is pretty good upside. Being able to search something that's not in their graveyard is obviously pretty good upside as well. I just don't. I don't know. 6 mana for a board wipe that in 2 turns becomes a creature, and doesn't you don't even get to like get rid of the see their hand, get info immediately. Like I think part of the strength of Deadly Cover-Up is the fact that you can immediately remove their counter spells, immediately remove whatever, get that intel immediately. Obviously, it's happening the first main phase afterwards, but being able to immediately disrupt their hand, because you usually kind of know what's in their hand by that point, by turn 5 or whatever, so you can kind of extract what you want. I think the upside of it not having to be in the graveyard is very reasonable, and I think the 5/5 is also very, very good. I'm just I don't think it's better than Deadly Cover-Up.
That's fair.
So while I do think it's a great card, I think just because for the only reason I think it's worse than Deadly Cover-Up, I don't think it'll see play.
Fair.
Yeah. But was that your fun card, or was that your?
No, that was the one I just think is better.
That's what I thought. Okay, let me write the name of it. Rise of Sozin. My next one is going to be It'll Quench Ya.
Yeah.
So the only reason I think that I'm paying any attention to It'll Quench Ya is just because the decks that might incidentally care about lessons will definitely want It'll Quench Ya over any of the other lessons. I think it's easily the best lesson in the colors that probably care about it, just because it's, I don't know, it's like whatever you call the 2-mana, it's like worse mana leak. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's worse Phantom Interference. It's worse every other. It's worse every other effect of that we have in Standard, and that we have had in Standard for a long time. But it is a lesson, so for things like Dragonfly Swarm that care about having one lesson, I think you would play this card over any of the other lessons. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. I can maybe think of 3 times ever casting the other mode on Phantom Interference, and it felt like it didn't matter anytime. Like, yes, modality's good, yes, modality's better, but, like, I really don't think you're taking that much of a hit playing It'll Quench Ya over Phantom Interference.
I mean, I think if you have a deck that says, if you have Dragonfly Swarm in your deck and you're wanting to run a counterspell, you're going to run It'll Quench Ya. And that is the only reason I have it on my list. I think otherwise there's no reason to play it. But because I also, spoiler alert, because we're literally all the way through, I don't think there's going to be a single lesson payoff that matters other than that, which is a payoff. I mean,
well,
yeah, right. I know.
To my 10th pick.
I knew it would be. Yes, I know.
I saved it for last. It's the elephant in the room. Accumulate Wisdom.
Yeah.
I think this card is very, very good, and I think we are discounting how not bad a lot of the lessons are.
They're pretty bad.
It'll Quench Ya, I think, is reasonable. I think Accumulate Wisdom by itself as a lesson is reasonable, and then when you turn... So,
we're not running Impulse in the big 2025.
Okay,
we're just
sure.
Not.
Yeah. But it becomes draw 3.
If you have ruined the structural integrity of your deck by putting bad cards in it, it becomes a good card.
I don't think there's that many bad cards you have to put in it. I don't even think all
yes,
of them are bad.
Yes, you do. You have to run Boomerang Basics, which is way... Okay, wait, what are you running instead?
Okay, I see it in an Izzet shell.
Okay, and you're running... Are you really running Redirect Lightning mainboard?
No, God, no.
What do you...
Firebending Lesson I don't think is an unreasonable card.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely
No.
One mana they can't block, and then you what? You make a clue? Is that what it says?
No, Firebending Lesson.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's...
Okay,
yes. It's Burst Lightning and it can't hit their face?
Yes, so yes, it is worse than that. I look at this more as Torch the Tower. And Torch the Tower is a playable card.
I guess.
And then, so you have that for removal to turn on Accumulate Knowledge. You have Accumulate Knowledge yourself.
So
It'll Quench Ya.
So we have 12 lessons, okay?
No, 16.
12. Where's the 16? Wait.
I'm pulling up the 16.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Abandoned Attachments.
Okay.
I don't think it's an unreasonable, and it's instant speed.
It's not. Yeah. Okay. Abandoned Attachments is.
Yeah.
Good.
So and then you discard a lesson, draw 2. Like we're already that is 2 lessons in the grave for Accumulate Wisdom.
So we have made 16 of the slots in our deck objectively worse than all the other options, and so then one of those lessons can become a good card. After turn 5. After turn 5, we have ruined our deck with 16 cards that are strictly worse than other cards that we have, so that on turn 5 we could draw 3 cards with a card we probably wanted to play 3 turns before.
Instant speed draw 3.
Great!
Instant speed. And okay, you're acting like these are unplayably
They're
bad
not
cards.
unplayable, but it's just not, the juice is not worth the squeeze.
Okay, but then you have Dragonfly Swarm. There's the Serpent that can have Flash. I don't think that card's great, but it's still a relevant lesson payoff.
That is true. It is
There are so many incidental. If you have a lesson, this does junk.
So many. By so many, you mean 2.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I would not want to play that Serpent over the Crab, and I would not want to play almost any of those cards over anything else. I would play Idle Quencha because the secondary mode, especially in Izzet, almost never matters for Phantom Interference, and you don't have a bird, you don't have pixies, you don't have any of that other stuff, so it's not much of an opportunity cost, and you want to play the Dragonfly Swarm. So I will play Idle Quencha. I'm not playing Impulse, and I'm not because I look, in the Haughty Jin deck, you did play Impulse. I don't think you'd play it these days. But look, I don't know. It's pick 20. The cards, we're running low on cards. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer.
I am a full believer. I think this card is nuts.
Stipulation. If this card does see play, it's not because of the lesson playoff. It's just because it's Impulse.
I don't.
I think if it does see any play, it's not because of the lessons. I swear.
I don't think the lessons are as bad as you're making them.
You would have a better time convincing me that it's a good card just because it's Impulse than saying, well, I'll make my entire deck bad so that I can play Impulse.
But you're not making your deck bad.
Okay, you're making it worse. You're not making your deck bad. That's true. You're making it worse, though.
For a very powerful effect. If you play Gran, which you probably won't in these decks, but if you play Gran, it becomes fucking Ancestral Weak
Right,
Call.
fucking if the world was made of pudding, then I'd be happy. But, like, you're not playing Gran. You are going to be playing Gran and all this other bullshit. Maybe you're not playing Gran. I feel like that's a little bit even beyond the pale for you. But, like, it's...
Damn, okay.
Okay, but I am being a little bit overreacting, but it's not. I think it'll be C play because it's Impulse, maybe. I don't think it'll see play for any of the reasons that you are hoping that it will see play for.
When I'm drawing 3 cards against you at F&M and you're molding,
I'll mainboard recipes. I don't even give a fuck. I'll make my deck as bad as you made your deck. Okay?
When you're molding, because I'm drawing 3.
And you're going to be like, here's my Dragonfly Swarm. It's X equals 0 because my opponent has a recipes. And then, I wish I had Into the Flood. I wish I had Into the Flood Mob, but I didn't because I'm playing bad spells instead.
You still play Into the Flood Mob.
You are playing no creatures in this deck.
Yeah, you're playing like 8 because you're drawing 3 into them.
You're playing 8 creatures.
Okay, no, you're playing like 12.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
13 if you're me and a bad deck builder, but we'll save that surprise for when you play against me.
Oh, God. What's the one of? You're going to put Regast in this deck, too? You're going to hero... At least there wasn't a Regast on your list this time. I'm happy there wasn't a Regast on your list.
True, yeah.
I feel like there's at least a decent, except for maybe Gran, a decent chance that these see a decent amount of play. At least 1 point.
If Oculus is good, Gran sees play. If Oculus... Because...
Is that true?
The amount of times you draw Oculus in your opening hand is a lot. Like, as someone who plays Oculus...
But you hardcast it sometimes.
Yes, sometimes, but it's almost always better in your graveyard.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, and the turn 2 Oculus... Like, that just sounds so backbreaking.
Yeah, maybe Gran is good. I don't know.
Yeah, but...
I don't know.
We'll see. I think Accumulate Wisdom's very good.
Okay, so to recap, number 1, Heartless Act. Number 2, Zhao. Zhao. Number 3, Badger Cub Mole. Number 4, Origins of Metal Crafting. Number 5, Dragonfly Swarm. Number 6, Momo Playful Pet. I think that one... No, I won't say it's bad. Number 7, Airbender's Ascension, which I probably should have picked as my number 3 slot. Number 8, Firebender's Ascension. Number 9, Mai. Number 10, Gran. Number 11, Suki, which also should be really high up there. 12, Abandoned Air Temple. 13, Shared Roots, which I probably shouldn't even be on the list at all. 14, Firebending Student. 15, Tiger Seal, which we'll see tomorrow whether it should be on the list at all. 16 Beifongs, Bounty Hunters, 17 Sandbender Scavengers, 18 Rise of Sozin, 19 Eloquentia, and 20 what will be vindicated as the best card on the list, Accumulate Wisdom. Honorable mentions. I know a lot of people were mentioning Appa as a big card, as Yorian 2. I don't know. I mean, like, it's pretty strong, but I don't believe Appa Steadfast Guardian, by the way, not the limited chaff one. It's strong. Like 4 mana 3/4 flash flying that airbends your only your stuff feels kind of bad. I don't want to repay. Paying 2 for everything is so annoying. It really is so annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. I love Appa as much, if not more, than the next guy. I've been eyeing that pillow pet for many, many a year. And I would use any excuse to play him. I don't think anything about this card. I feel nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty uninspired by it. I just think airbending your own stuff is so not as good as people are saying.
And, like, sure, you get the ally, but, like, what's a 1/1 gonna do on the big 25?
Like, compare that, how much you have to put in effort to get that 1/1 versus just playing Suki.
On 3.
On 3. And buffing your whole board. This takes away from your board, adds value, sure, but I feel like we're not in a format that requires us to have that much value. This is a crazy value engine. Crazy value engine. I just don't think we need that. I think we've got better things to be doing for value than playing this card that kind of sets us back pretty far.
Yeah.
It also notably doesn't make the 1/1 ally like almost ever on the turn it comes down. It's just a lot. It's a lot of mana. It really is.
Yeah. I also want to mention Agniquella, which is the blue basic land.
Okay.
I think it's what.
It's the second one. It's 2 of the blue. Tap it to draw and discard, which I just think is worse than the red land from. Again, these are kind of just worse than the Tarkir lands, which were already pretty bad.
Azorius control.
I mean, I guess, but again, I'd rather just run Fountain Port over this.
I guess.
Like, if we don't have many.
I mean, it's an honorable mention for a reason.
Yes, right. I mean, yes.
I still think low downside to play it.
I think it's pretty high downside.
I think Azorius is running basics.
Not really. Not even. Not much. I mean, you would think so, but Azorius Control. I mean, you're running like 4 Restless. You're running like 3 Fountain Ports. You're in some cases Sunken Citadels, which are certainly better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, it works well with it, but I think Sunken Citadel is just better than that. And you just only have so much room. Like even though it's 2 colors, you just have so much more room for the tapped lands. So at least when I'm playing Azorius Control, I have like 3 basics.
Fair.
So I don't know. I'm just not playing it. Also, I hit the microphone. Oopsies. Some other things I think are pretty worth mentioning is the graveyard hate creatures, like Graveyard Trespasser-esque creatures.
Yeah.
I think, is it Boiling Rock Rioter?
Yeah.
And what is it? It's Raven Eagle.
It's interesting Brenton actually mentioned that card, and I didn't like it, so I said
I had him on my list, but didn't mention him for a reason. I don't think it's the best. It's not loading, but anyway, it's a 3 mana 3/3 with firebending 1, and you can tap an ally to exile something from a graveyard, and then you can play creatures, your allies that you've exiled with it, which is almost irrelevant, almost certainly irrelevant, unless you have a second Boiling Rock, and then maybe it's relevant in that scenario. I like that you can tap itself at instant speed. I don't like that you have to have it untapped if you want to do the graveyard hate thing.
Yeah. I think on the topic of allies, there's a lot of creatures that just have allies from ally out of nowhere, and I think there are a lot of good ally cards that I would not be shocked to see in like a tier 2, tier 3 ally.
I think the allies are super strong because they have Thalia's Lieutenant, they have the 1/1 that makes a 1/1, they have the 1 mana thing that is like Selfless Savior that you can sacrifice and protect another ally. that package is so strong. The problem is it's in Selesnya. So because it's in Selesnya, I don't want to play it.
Well, I mean, Suki's an ally, and Suki's just a generically strong card. I think if you go into Bant, Katara, doubling all the triggers is good.
But
I
the
mean, I think
mana
you can go
base
into
but the mana base is arguably worse in Bant than any other 3-color combination.
Okay, sure, yes, that is correct. However,
What if we make the bag mana even worse?
there are... So, I mean, if you're playing non-creature spells, you're a little screwed. But for, like, the allies themselves, you have Cavern of Souls, you have Secluded Courtyard.
You have the new one,
the new T-Palette. So you have 12 5-color... You have Starting Town. You have 16 5-color lands. So I don't... I mean... I don't own 4 Cavern of Souls, so I haven't thought too much about that.
I bought them when I was drunk.
You did.
I did buy them when I was drunk.
Yeah. Is that the same day you sleeved your driver's license?
No, it wasn't. It was about a month before.
But yeah, I mean, I think Allies could be a very fun, very decent deck. And I want to mention a great Divide Guide also fixes your mana pretty good. And I don't think it's horrible.
Oh yeah, bad Wild Nicatl.
Sure.
That's what I call it.
Wait, I think we're thinking of different cards.
Oh wait. Oh, we are thinking of different ones. Sorry.
I'm talking about the one that
that 2 mana. Yeah.
Allowing your
1
creatures
mana
to tap for mana is a surprisingly powerful effect that I just don't think about often.
I just wish we had Relic of Legends. That's what I wish.
So, I mean, I think allies can potentially be... Oh my gosh, imagine if we had Plaza of Heroes. Allies would be so
Shut
good.
up. Shut
So
up.
I think allies are a relevant thing to mention.
Yeah, speaking of which, if we did have Plaza of Heroes, I would love to play Aang at the Crossroads. The one that mills and gets a 4 mana, because that would be so good with like the Any Joins Up plan. Also, the other Aang is really, really, really good.
Yeah, the Azorius one.
Yeah, Swift Savior. I mean, it's Spell Queller or whatever you want to. It's not Spell Queller, but you know the one I'm talking about. It's really good. It's kind of... Is it better? No, it's definitely better. I mean, it's almost certainly better than the... oh, wait. Well, I mentioned... Oh, my goodness. In the Blink deck. I can't believe... How did I... What? I didn't even mention Aang. Yeah. What's wrong with me? I mentioned the worst Aang, which is the bird. It's mostly worse.
Yeah.
Aang is just way better than that. You're playing Aang in that deck instead, not the bird. I forgot we have the new bird.
Yeah.
But it can target things that already exist, so it's better.
Yeah, and I mean, Aang flips into whatever.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What matters about Aang at the Crossroads is that it's a 3/3 that brings in a 4/4, and it's also 5 mana, so you could play it right after Any Joins Up and then get 2 4-drops, which is often enough times to win, frankly.
Yeah.
And we're missing the good 5-drop, which was Hajar and Hazaret, or Hazaret and Djeru. Djeru and Hazaret, that's what it is. Oh my goodness. That's gone now because Martial Machine's gone, so. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, Aang's good.
The 4-mana Aang is fucking terrible. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
what a
that is
garbage Commander Bait. I have them. It's actually insulting.
Commander Bait and a half.
Like, why? He could be so cool, and he even has the awesome art for it too, like the fucking amazing art for it. But unfortunately, it's just complete Commander Bait, so it doesn't matter, and nobody. I'll never see this card in my entire life. I will literally never see this in paper. It's so awesome, but
okay. Well, you're not going to see that in paper anyway. That's going to be like
might, if it was a good card, I would.
It's like a $1,000 card.
I know. I've seen people with playsets of the Urza Saga Game Day Championship shit. Okay, so
okay. I mean, yeah.
I just want to see this card. It's pretty. It's not a real complaint, but
that's fair.
Also, things I want to mention a few. The lessons are going to be way better once we have learning. Redirect Lightning, I think, is going to be a great card.
Yeah. Redirect is going to be great.
Redirect is ridiculous. Especially, like, I mean, it's honestly a little bit worse than you'd expect into the suite of removal we currently have. If Heartless Act becomes the removal spell of choice, it becomes a lot better, because then there isn't, like, your opponent controls or, like, you know, whatever other parts of it. I think Redirect Lightning could be good. The Earth King I thought was interesting. He's a 4-mana 2/2 that enters and makes a 4/4. So he reminds me a lot of Toby BC Befriender in that way. Who would also be good in
he makes
Blink?
Bosco.
He makes Bosco. Except, yeah, obviously the bear is legendary, so you can't really be blinking him and making the bears like you could with Toby.
Isn't
he?
No, Bosco is not legendary.
He isn't?
No, because that's a complaint me and some buddies had. Flavor wise, gameplay wise, it's much better that he's not legendary.
I
But
agree.
like Bosco's the GOAT.
Right. Well, there's been so many legendary tokens as of recently. I just assumed.
No, it's just a 4/4 bear.
Good. Gameplay wise, totally fine. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about the
gameplay
flavor.
wise, it's better.
I don't care about the flavor. I think he's still pretty good though. Like I think he's potentially high upside. I don't know where he would belong because I don't know if the basic lands eventually matter. I mean, you're probably playing this in the same deck that you'd be playing, the World Wagon or whatever. What's it called?
World Wake Wagon.
World Wake Wagon. So like where you'd play World.
Or
Wake
no,
Wagon.
yeah, Lumbering World War.
Lumbering World Wagon. You'd play Wagon into this
Yeah.
into Swing, get a billion lands swinging with a 7-power vehicle.
Or Sandman.
Or Sandman. You got a lot of lands matters things. Sandman is a good card.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I could see it seen play, and I like it. What was the? Oh, I don't even want to mention that card. Oh, Aang's Iceberg is potentially pretty good, actually. Just an enchantment with flash that's easy to cast.
Yeah.
I mean, like you would play this in some decks. There's been decks where you would play this. There's one not long ago. You would play this. You play this in You play this in what the hell is it called? Oh my gosh, you play a worse version of this already. In oh my gosh, what's her name? Yuna. You play this in Yuna.
Oh, Yuna, yeah.
You play this in Yuna. You already play a worse version of this in Yuna.
I hate Yuna.
Well, you don't have to love Yuna to realize that this is pretty
Yeah.
good. In that deck.
Oh no, it's very good in that deck.
Like if that deck sticks around, then Aang's Iceberg is probably pretty good. I didn't want to mention it, even though I do think it's probably gonna be a couple points for free.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I
I think the planetarium of Wan Shitong is interesting, but
that feels commander bait.
I think it's more I think it's less useful than the one that discovers and that hasn't seen play. So it probably won't see play, unfortunately.
Speaking of big mana cards, I was kind of sold on the Unagi of Kyoshi Isle.
Oh right, Fairy Mastermind at home.
Yeah, Fairy Mastermind. I mean, I first read it and went, "This is Fairy Mastermind at home," and then someone brought up the it being a control card. I don't hate that.
I in the mirror.
Like,
they're just way better mirror.
yeah, I don't think it's particularly great. I think Ty Lee Chi Blocker is an interesting card.
I do like Ty Lee Chi Blocker. Even like maybe into mirror mid range.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's Flood Pitch Drowner.
Yeah.
It's Flood Pitch Drowner,
But better.
No,
well,
I think it's worse.
different.
Than I think it's a lot worse than Flood Pitch Drowner, but Flood Pitch Drowner is probably one of the best creatures in the entire format.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. Obviously because they remove it and then they can untap immediately. So.
Yeah. Obviously, just
and you also don't want to Kaido this, which is the problem.
Yes.
And you really want to Kaido Flood Pits.
Yes.
So
I am gonna do a quick Eternal note. Obviously in standard Washitong.
Oh sure.
Total meme. I also think it's a meme in older formats, and I may stand corrected in that. But just from my brief experience playing some Modern and watching and talking to Modern, what deck wants this in Modern? You already have Diddler Ephemerate. And like I don't know what deck wants this in Modern. Like yes, fetch
Are
land.
decks even search? I mean, outside of fetch lands, are decks even searching that much?
Not really.
Like,
And
by the time this can come down, they're done searching.
Yeah. And in Legacy, I also agree. I think this card is just not particularly great. Like, yes, obviously, oh my gosh, in Commander, there's 4 players, whatever. But I think a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, a Legacy card. I was talking to one of my local Legacy players, and honestly, if anything from the set sees Legacy play, it's Zhao in the sideboard of Mono Red Prison.
I can see that. Yeah.
I don't hate that. And I'm obviously still learning Eternal formats. But I just want to put that note out, so when Washitong doesn't see play in Eternal formats, I can point this out and say that I'm the best Magic player of all time.
I want Washitong to be expected to be like the next Orcish Bowmasters. I want to open it and then sell it immediately, and then it goes down to being a like $20 card.
Yeah,
and because it's going to pre-release at like $50 for no reason.
Yes,
in my opinion. At least.
I am of the opinion Waterbending Scroll is a decent card and like a mono blue deck.
I disagree.
I didn't mention it because I don't think it's great, but I think in a mono blue deck it's not bad.
What is Leaves from the Vine is something? What let's look up Leaves from the Vine.
Pain is what it is.
Is it?
I don't know what the card does. I just
Leaves
so the reference.
the vine. I don't
Here
get the
it
reference.
is. You mill 3, create a food token, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creature you control, and then draw a card if there's a creature or a lesson in your graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, I think this card's pretty solid. Like,
Yeah.
it's I think it's unassuming, but in a lot of ways, I would rather run this over. I don't know, maybe not. I probably wouldn't run this over Dredger's Insight. Almost certainly not, but it's interesting.
Maybe
It's an
Cash Grab?
interesting, yeah. It's like an interesting alternative to Cash Grab, because you always get the food, and then a lot of those times with those decks, you don't even want to return something that's not land anyway. I think the second mode, or like the second chapter, is almost useless. But I think it's interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting card. While we're on the topic of green, my pet card I mentioned a while back ago, Avatar Destiny.
Oh, that is a fun one.
I think it's a very fun card. I think it could be potentially good. I have that Sultai Graveyard Bad Cards deck that this would slot in perfectly to. Enchanted creature, it's 2 green, or a enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard, and it's an avatar. That part doesn't really matter. Then when it dies, you mill cards equal to its power and return the aura to its owner's hand, and return a milled creature card to the battlefield under your control. I just think that's a really good effect. I mean, it's an aura that's really hard to deal with and replaces the creature it's on. I think the only problem is in the decks you want to see play, you want to minimize as many non-creatures to the point that my sideboards have become entirely creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So sliding in enchantments feels really bad. But, I mean, I think as a 2-of, it could be fun.
I think it's a little too slow, but it is a very cool effect. One thing I will say, last thing, is that I think Day of Black Sun is really bad.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on it. I feel the same way about Firebender Stain. It's either going to be good or bad.
So Day of Black Sun, I saw a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. I just don't believe it. This wishes it was Path of Peril. It's not even close to Path of Peril. Yeah. This card is, it's not close to Path of Peril. It's not close to 0 Point Ballad. 0 Point Ballad is better than this. It's just like you're paying so much mana to deal what? To kill. You're paying 3 mana to kill all 1-drops. They almost certainly have 2-drops or 3-drops at that point. Why not just pay? At that point, I'd rather pay like 1 black, give everything -2/-2, exile them, whatever that card is. Malicious Eclipse. Yeah. Like, you're just not playing this card. You really aren't. I don't want to pay 2 extra mana. I don't want to pay 3 mana to kill their 1-drop. I just don't. It's bad. Like, I've seen so many people talking about this card. People on Twitter, I feel like, are high on their own supply. This card sucks so bad. I can't imagine playing this over any of the other black board modes. I'd rather play Terror Tide, and nobody has even seen that card in like 2 years.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
I think it's a very meta-dependent card, and I just don't see the meta being a place where this is good.
There has to be so many 1-drops, and it doesn't even if this said like non-creature permanents or non-token or non-land permanents, this would be a pretty good card. Maybe even a great card, but it just says creatures, and it doesn't say it doesn't say artifacts. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything else. It doesn't say exile all graveyards. It doesn't do any. It doesn't it doesn't do anything. It really does it. Like, I don't know. It loses all abilities. Who cares? I don't know. I don't care.
But the enduring cycle.
Good. If they're I'm killing an enduring curiosity by paying 6 mana for my Day of Black Sun. I don't know. Yeah. That is crazy. All right. I think that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that is everything on my list. Overall, I think Avatar is a really good set. I think there are a lot of worries after Spider-Man, and despite me being a Spider-Man constructed defender, working behind the scenes at an LGS, Spider-Man was just unfortunately a very bad set. If it was because of the because of the online discourse, because Universes Beyond, because Marvel, there's a lot of fingers you can point. So I think there was a lot of fear and anxiety, especially for me. I grew up with Avatar, one of my favorite IPs ever. And there was a lot of fear for me that this set was not going to be given the love and care that Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy saw. And I think this is up there with Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy. As an Avatar fan, the flavor is immaculate. I love everything about it. I think all my favorite characters and scenes are represented, and it feels truly faithful to the source material. I think all the mechanics are good in a Magic sense. I don't think they're very parasitic. I think they work well with everything else, and they're very flavorful. I'm a hot take. I like the bonus sheet. I think it does a good job representing a lot of important moments from the show, and I look at the cards.
I like that it's one per episode. That is cool.
One per episode, and I look at them, and I get some of them look bad. The Cruel Tutor, I wish it was the scene. The same episode has the scene of Zuko and Iroh reuniting, which they did in the Jumpstart make cathartic reunion of that. Which is quite nice. But, I mean, I think they could have done a little better job with the bonus sheet, admittedly. I still love it. I still look at those cards and go, I remember that scene, and it's just pure joy. I feel nothing but pure joy from this set. I think it's it's probably one of my favorite Magic sets so far. I mean, obviously, cards come out, play with them. I may have different opinions. I thought highly of Thunder Junction, and now that's my least favorite set of all time.
You thought highly of Thunder Junction?
I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was nifty. I was excited to try it. I mean, I was still new to the game, and I thought Loan Shark was the funniest thing I've since Pickle Rick.
So not very funny.
Correct.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, but no, I think Avatar is a wonderful set. Limited looks great. I hope it I hope actually playing Limited is great. I think it's a very good set. I'm very excited. I have not been this excited for a set ever.
All right. I know nothing about Avatar. I watched the first 3 episodes probably 5 times on Nickelodeon growing up. Kings Island used to have an Avatar ride. Yep. That was cool. Loved that when I was 6. What I will say is the set looks fun for Limited. There were a surprising amount of cards that I thought could see some competitive viability looking into it. I wish that the bonus sheets... I wish it wasn't 1 in 26 packs because regardless of if you like them or not, you're not going to have them. So what I will say about the bonus sheet is why is it 1 in 26 packs and then half the cards are complete dog shit like poo-poo garbage?
Yeah.
Why do we have Meteorite in the 1 in 26 slotted? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's ridiculous. They really have to stop. They did 1 in 3 with Final Fantasy. Then they did 1 in 8 with Edge of Eternities. Now they're doing 1 in 26. What is fucking next? Like it's literally going to be 1 per case of you open it and then you get like opt. Seriously, like it's ridiculous. They need to tone it down. I want bonus sheets to matter.
Yeah.
I want bonus sheets to matter. There's almost nothing valuable in that bonus sheet. And then you're never going to find them. It really is it's a frustrating pattern of design.
It is. And especially cuz I personally am going to try and get a lot of the bonus sheet and put it in my decks because I like Avatar. It makes me happy. And Fabled Passage is in the bonus sheet.
I do want those Fabled Passages because they look cool.
Yeah, I want them too. It's a really good scene. If I remember correctly, I believe it's the Secret Tunnel episode. And there's just so many. That Force and Negation is going to be so much, but it's so good.
I feel like it's not going to be that much just because social media has created a narrative that they all suck.
I hope so. If it is the same, if it is the base price, I am picking that up day one because I just love Avatar, man. This set just makes me happy. And I hope this continues for UB. I have zero interest in
TMNT's that's gonna be the litmus test. That's gonna be.
I have zero interest in any of the UB coming out next year.
Star Trek seems incredibly boring to me.
Yeah.
TMNT seems incredibly boring to me. What even else is there? Oh, there's the Hobbit.
The Hobbit's
I'm into the Hobbit. No, what do you mean? Fine, whatever.
Yeah, the Hobbit's fine.
I like the Hobbit more than I like Lord of the Rings.
Fair.
But hey, anyway, I feel like.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm excited. You're excited. You're far more excited than I am. But I'm excited to play Limited again without Spider-Man.